All right, there we go. Welcome back, folks, to Maincast Winter Brawl Day 1. The upper bracket for Group A here between Teams Singularity and FlyToMoon. The draft has already started. We didn't get quite in before the first pit because did you know that I drink my feet and I spill water everywhere? I don't know how this guy does it, but this guy's going to appear in every game in ban or pick, right? Am I right on that, Liz?
Dude, he drinks with his feet. His feet, they're roots. He's a tree. He sucks the water from the ground with all the nutrients. You get it now?
Okay.
Where's your
whoa.
UK education? Oh yeah, it's actually Bayed. I forgot.
Whoa, buddy. If yeah, he has stumps, but I don't. And if I'm trying to drink my feet, I'm using my feet to try and pick up a cup, and that doesn't work.
But you said you don't know how he does it.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how I do it, dude.
Because you don't do it. Don't do it. You're a human. You're supposed to drink with your fingers and glasses and whatnot.
Drink your fingers. I don't think, like, if you're sucking on your fingers, Liz, I don't think you're drinking. I think you're doing someone else suggested.
All right. Guys, we're back. Team Singularity versus FlyToMoon. Two teams which we have seen today already, and both of these teams have won their respective matches. And when it comes to the opening picks, they're pretty solid. On one side, we have Beast and Wyvern. On the other, we have Tree. Most of these heroes have been either banned out or picked before. Beastmaster, obviously, is one of those heroes that can cut down trees, and then you don't have to deal with him. You just look at him as he's miserably crying, as he has lost all his brethren and he can't hide anywhere. Puck, obviously, another hero that's being picked so very often because he is definitely legit. Puck's problem is he's still Puck. He's glass. If you catch him, he shatters. However, it is definitely very difficult to catch him. And
I think
he dishes out a ton of damage at the moment.
It's also the fact there's not many dot heroes that feel good at the moment, right? Like Jakiro hasn't been getting many picks. Venomance is the one that would come to mind, but it's very easy to dodge Gale.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. His counters aren't played super often. TA obviously has been banned out by FlyToMoon already. So the laning, if it's your mid puck, shouldn't be too difficult, but it could be like some position 4 puck as well for Team Singularity. We don't see that as often as before, but it's played here and there. Drow Ranger banned out by FlyToMoon. Was it Singularity that played it? It was. Singularity played Drow plus Medusa, and I think it would fit their lineup super well already. Even though they're playing versus Wyvern, who I believe this hero is definitely strong versus Drow or Medusa lineups, but with Puck and Tree, you have so much control. Medusa and Drow would fit right in.
Yeah, I think also anything that can kind of play a little bit split is good for Singularity, right? The cat, like, make sure the Wyvern does get max impact. Puck's not a bad hero in combination with Drow usually, so it also makes sense why that gets banned out. There's plenty of like synergy. I think, like, for me, Drow plus Trin is the go-to combo on the safe lane. I feel like I see it so much. I'm trying to think what the other good combos are at the moment.
I mean, there's a bunch of them that are good with Drow in the laning stage. But later on is what matters.
I mean, on the Treant angle, right? Like, if you're going to combo the Treant with a core right now, like, what feels... Ursa, maybe?
As well. Dude, whatever. Treant is...
Treant with anything. Screw it.
Treant with anything. Treant plus Crystal Maiden and you're going to dominate. The hero is just... I mean, he has been nerfed. We mentioned that. But he's still very difficult to deal with. Like, his first and second spell... if you take 2 levels in your first, 1 in your second leech seed, you're just brambles plus leech seeds, and you're just so strong. However, he is playing versus a beast, and I mentioned that this beast is strong versus 3. So we'll see how it fares, how DNZ fares this time around. Maybe they'll try to dodge the Beastmaster lane.
Yeah, I think it's actually a pretty good draft from FlyToMoon in that regard, though, because you draft the Beastmaster, which means if Singularity want value out of Treant, you try and run a tri-lane, right? So you have additional control to chase. But Wyvern is incredibly good against tri-lanes due to the Splinter Blast, the slows. So all in all, FlyToMoon, after this first phase, I feel like they're a little bit stronger in their draft than Singularity. It's still pretty early, but in terms of who won the first phase.
In terms of who won the first phase, I believe both of these teams have like good heroes that are fairly strong in the meta. So I don't think anyone won it convincingly.
No, definitely not convincing. But like Singularity, they've gone for kind of just the very popular picks, right? Whereas FlyToMoon, these heroes can work together, but also
I
they
think Wyvern is
counteract.
amazing, by the way. I think Wyvern is amazing.
She's underrated
And
with the changes
yeah,
to her ultimate.
right now I think this hero is definitely very strong. And Beastmaster can come in handy with a passive too there. It's not too bad. I think this combination doesn't really kill each other, like counteract very well. I think they're fine.
Okay, a little bit of kill potential. Now you have things like the primal
Lion.
roll as well as the fingers.
I think the most important thing about this line is the fact that you have catch versus puck.
Yeah, the hex for the instant stun. That should be pretty effective. What's usually the issue? I feel like Lion's issue is usually after about level 4, you don't feel that aggressive on the lane anymore, right? Like on a 2-on-2 vacuum.
Yeah, this is the difficulty of a Lion in the laning stage. If you're playing versus some high mobility hero get on top of you, you're just so squishy. You just fall, you die. You bring a lot of control to the lane, but then again, if you're controlled in any way, you die. That's what the problem is. And I'm wondering which one of them will be the position 4, which one will be the 5, Wyvern or the Lion, as both are very good on both positions. I think what's also important for a Lion is that you give him space uh, somewhere after the laning stage so that he can get his, I don't know what he wants, like Aetherlands, dagger, perhaps rush of a dagger would be good.
Even a Glimmer Cape against all this damage that comes out from Singularity could work. The PL, though.
Yeah.
And instantly, yep. They're like, we just watched your match. We knew how you deal with Illusion Heroes. We can match that.
I like the PL pick. I like the Lash response instantly after as well. We'll see how well this PL does. I don't think PL plus Lion is the most troublesome lane for something like a Doom plus 1. I think they can definitely deal with it. They could even put Lash on the offlane. Lash plus Doom, Puck mid, 3 support, and then you last pick your safe laner. That could work for Singularity. They could also just put Lash mid, obviously, as well, and then have Puck plus Doom offlane. Their lineup is definitely very ambiguous, very versatile when it comes to positions that they take, that is.
They're also avoiding any heavy right-click carry that could kill someone else in the Wyvern Curse, right? So far, the draft dodges that big issue.
I think you're completely right, but I think they need to get something like that because they have to find a way of dealing with the Phantom Lancer in the end, right?
Yeah.
What heroes are good at doing that? There's something like a Sven that's definitely pretty good. There is a lot of control through BKB as well, but the new Sven with the Aghanims doesn't care too much against that. Oh, Silencer ban. Very interesting. What will they go for then?
FlyToMoon did get rid of the Gyrocopter. I feel like Gyro is just an overrated counter to PL right now, but it's that kind of residual effect of the last patch, right? Where Gyro is on everyone's mind.
He's still picked quite often though, and Gyro is still all right, but there are better carries.
Yeah, I think his win rate has gone down. I think like correct me if I'm right, I don't know. I think it's around like 40% in competitive at the moment. Obviously, that's because there's a lot of games being played on him as well, but it's kind of surprising that the hero is suffering that much when you think about what you need in the current meta. You need carries that can get involved early, and Gyro kind of punched that ticket very easily. They're actually eating all the time here. So Singularity, as you said, they need something physical. Like Doom can eventually build physical, but that's not the way that you play the hero anymore.
Yeah, it's not really the hero to do that. Let's see what they opt to go for. This is the winner bracket. Oh, Spectre.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Well, they see the PL timing and they say, let's go further.
I think it's all right. You have a hero that can jump on top of the Wyvern and the Lion, right? In that way, it's pretty good. At the same time, she can suffer a little bit in the laning stage versus Beast plus Wyvern. I believe Wyvern is 4, your Beast is 3. That can be a difficult lane for her. Even with the 3, it's not really the most optimal lane, especially when 3 and 3s get destroyed. But it is definitely an answer to Phantom Lancer. The only question is, will they be able to get to that super late stage of the game in which Spectre just crushes everything?
It feels like Leshrack's going to have to carry pretty hard to get you there. If they're even
And you
running
know
it
what as
core.
well? I haven't seen way too many Spectre games recently, so I'm not sure just how strong she is, even if you don't reach that super late game stage. Maybe there's some item build that you can go for that allows you to just join these fights a bit earlier. There always have been some experiments with Spectre's build, which do not force her to go for something like a Radiance. Instead, you go for, I don't know, some early Diffusal Manta, or even if you remember those Mask of Madness builds or Urn builds.
That's true. And also, there's a lot of items in the jungle, neutral items, that actually give you stats, right? And Spectre definitely one of the heroes that lacks that in the early game. And OD, the response. And new OD, in fairness, has been a force to be reckoned with from what we've been seeing recently in competitive Dota.
Yeah,
Usually rush
definitely.
Axe, and you just make someone's life hell.
He will be playing versus Excalibur's Lesh on that mid lane. I think it's even there. We'll see how it goes. Iceberg definitely one of those players that, I mean, Iceberg OD, he has a few heroes that he really, really loves playing, and OD is definitely one of those. At the same time, OD used to be uh, paired with Phantom Lancer when this team was the old FlyToMoon. When they qualified for TI, they were playing this combination all the time. It was silent playing the PL back then, but they definitely understand. Always Wanna Fly was their captain back then, and they definitely understand how this duo, of course, is supposed to play out, like who's supposed to fight when. So I believe they have full comfort zone picked up for themselves.
Yeah, be interested to see if they diversify from the old build for PL as well. I've seen a few more carried PL players start to opt for things like the Basher, Shadowblade, these items that allow them to do a lot of damage at the start of a fight instead of trying to just outlast everyone else. Does seem like a natural move as well with a lot of these heroes. I feel like at the moment we're moving past this whole idea, not like Naga, PL, all these heroes should just be super tanky and that's good enough because teams are getting wise to it and they're just taking out everyone around you and then dealing with you last. And you realize the problem is you reach a point where if you go for like the, let's say, Mansa, Butterfly, Skadi, Heart, or something like that, you're tanky, you just don't really do anything else. But OD, definitely a hero that can actually do a lot of damage. It seems like the shift has now been for this hero to be more about his ultimate again than it used to be.
It's a bit different though, right? It's about the mana, but
yeah, but that's where you get the big nuke potential. And in fairness, some of the heroes on Singularity have tiny mana pools with tiny gains.
yeah, you do have a Puck, you have a Lesh, but the rest of them are pretty bad.
Ooh. All right, is it translation time again, Liz?
All right,
We got No Mercy. I know that one.
He's doing the same. He's saying the same thing he said the last game, pretty much. Nothing really.
He's
different.
definitely running some sort of dating app on his PC, and he just keeps accidentally pasting
He's
in the wrong
just
place.
sad. He said that he's sad. That's all.
Well, look at the matchup so far. You've already got General just cutting down the trees, as expected. And Treant's already dodged this to go top. This lane doesn't deal with the Treant as well. Like, sure, Doppelgang can break trees, but the cooldown early on makes that not very viable.
I think this is a really good thing from them to dodge the Beastmaster, but at the same time, will this tree actually remain on top lane? I'm not so sure. I believe the NZ might go back towards the bottom lane because this Spectre definitely will not stay alone. And if you put Puck plus Spectre, I don't like that lane.
No. I don't like Puck or Treant even. Like, you'd think that it'd be okay, but if you're talking about a Wyvern and a Beastmaster, they'll probably just stand and fight you.
I mean, whoever goes to help out the Spectre is going to suffer, right?
Yes.
But if you have Puck on this top lane, you have this melee plus range support, and you can trade hits with Always Wanna Fly. You have the silence versus VTune as well, so perhaps you can even dive him a bit later without his opportunity to use Doppelgang. So I believe you can pressure them a bit better with Puck and Doom, and because of that, it should be the tree that rotates bottom after the runes have been taken at least.
Unless they go for that infamous plan of throwing someone under the bus. I don't know if you really want to be throwing a Spectre under the bus. I think the issue with Spectre not having a good start is, unlike a lot of carries, this one doesn't have a farming mechanism. Always want to live. All right, get it right, Liz.
He did get that ward, and he wasn't scouted out. And DNZ, he's hiding behind his trees, but at the same time, he doesn't notice this poor lion just walking around. They noticed him earlier. They could have just killed him.
They might still try. They're a little bit hesitant as they haven't seen the Wyvern bot yet.
It becomes more problematic because you want to go for both bounty runes, right?
Yeah.
But they might go for him here. Oh,
Now let's just back up. Like they realize the Spectre can't contest bot, so it'll be 2 runes apiece.
Look at the bottom lane, by the way.
Just a little bit of
Trees
deforestation.
are gone. Mr. Beast, your efforts are useless. Beastmaster is destroying all the trees.
Yeah, he's just cut down all those trees to write a book on how to counter treant, and he's realized there's been a misprint. Doesn't work if treant's in a different lane.
Yeah, they did reach 20 million, right? They reached 20 million trees. You know that.
Oh,
Mr.
for the
Beast
Mr. Beast
challenge.
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Some big donations
that's
coming.
that's so cool as well. That's really cool. But how much time will they need to plant 20 million trees? Like,
Well, that's the
how will
next
they do it?
crowdfund, okay? Like,
That's the next time.
how many people can we hire?
Do you hire like 100 people and let them do it their whole life, or
And
do
then
you hire...
that's smart, because if you do that,
Yeah.
Liz, you're giving them a livelihood.
Exactly, but you're not really doing a lot.
Yeah, you're not doing it fast, that's the problem. Oh, no, deny on the range there. The track still got it.
Yeah. So when it comes to the laning stage, we kind of predicted 3 plus Spectre on the bottom lane. They will be pressured hard by General and Slayer. On the top lane, we have Puck and Doom.
Yeah. And Park can trade fairly well offline. The problem is you're both squishy heroes, though, so this could easily get volatile and backfire one way or the other.
And Always Wanna Fly took much more region. So he's in a better position, I believe. He has the headdress, tangos, and the salve. Puck doesn't really have a whole lot.
Interesting for him to prioritize the Bassi on the Puck, actually. Considering, like, your laning partner doesn't really need the regen, right?
Yeah. I think it's... Yeah, I think headdress might be alright too, but the Bassi is probably being a little bit greedier.
Oh, okay, though that was unexpected. No trees here, but that won't stop a fight from commencing. They did get first blood on the side of FlyToMoon first, though. So General gets the advantage.
It is to be expected that Tree will suffer on this bottom lane. He has no trees to hide in. He's supposed to protect his Spectres, so it's easy for them to take him down. In any case, that Bastion Puck is because of the whale changes. Now when you're building a whale, you have Bassi built up, so...
Yeah.
I think it's just that.
It's the more greedy option is the counter argument, right? Like a headdress allows you to sustain because level 1 Devour doesn't really keep you up in the lane. Yeah, I'm trying to harass into V-Team, but he already has the doppelganger, so it's not easy. Mid lane, however, is heavily Iceberg favored so far.
Yeah.
11-7.
He's just crushing him. Excalibur really isn't finding any farm. Also, he's completely out of resources when it comes to region. No region, no mana. It's a difficult spot to be in. Bottom lane as well, when it comes to FlyToMoon, they're just dominating. DNZ might fall again. Oh, he has a lot of region though. Yeah.
Zitrax doesn't have much regen left, though, is the problem. And also, Choreo Snipe. Actually, V-Tune's being sniped out. So something goes Singularity's way.
Yeah, Puck was behind the tower. Actually, when you think about it, it's so easy for Puck to snipe the couriers right now.
Yeah, it's another reason why it's a good support. Is it's probably the easiest hero to do it, because you compare it like Nature's Prophet, who might put down a ward and snipe your couriers, but he finds it a lot harder to bully the lane than a Puck and find kills.
Yeah, and you don't really have to commit a lot with Puck. You have 2 mobility spells to work with, so it's super easy to get on top of a courier.
Yeah, for some reason they gave Waning Rift a mini Blink Dagger.
Yeah, this bottom lane is really suffering. General and Slayer, they're just destroying them. They're having a blast here.
I mean, they're not really suffering compared to Excalibur. This is the worst lane for Singularity so far. And
so when it comes to lanes, it's only the top lane that's kind of doing all right for Singularity. The rest of them...
Oh, they might get a kill now. Always Want to Fly. Oh, he salves up to stay alive. He does have a headdress, but I think he'll just walk back.
Hestejo could have definitely done that. He was full HP and level 4 turret dishes out so much damage. Like if you check Hestejo, he didn't even go for 1 level in the first blade.
No.
It's just because of this scorched earth.
So much damage.
It's so much damage. It's crazy. And when you get that level 10 talent plus 20 damage, you're just burning people around you. You're Satan.
This is true. I've seen a lot of Dooms actually just go for max out the Scorched Earth. Sometimes you get second point Devour, but usually it's like by level 4, 1, 2, 1. And you actually don't touch Devour until level 7 again.
They're diving PL. They might kill him here.
Yeah, he just used the doppelganger. They guessed wrong though.
Yeah, they guessed wrong. Lion might bring some regen here, some tangos. He should survive because of that. Bottom lane, however, General.
Gonna be ran down. They can't quite finish him off. And I think he lost his courier to creeps earlier as well. So he's not getting much gold at the moment. And Excalibur. Whoa, Pony.
Oh,
Someone wants to win the Grand Nationals. He's coming on the tower. General, can he do this?
The
No,
jokes.
the vision was given. Close but no cigar. DNZ, you seem to be in the wrong neighborhood there, buddy.
He was hoping that Lash might continue diving there, so because of that, he goes in for kill on the Wyvern.
It's that moment where you're screaming more question mark and you're not getting an answer. But he gets away. And Iceberg, I don't know if he might be able to kill this. It's going to be close. I don't think he wants to commit the sanities for it, but nope, he'll do it.
Why not?
Well,
why not? It guarantees you a kill.
I think he was doing it to try and hide the fact they had a ward as well, but the ping came still, so they should de-ward that.
DNZ getting pretty low.
It's living armor. He'll not live.
He
Axes?
will not live.
Ooh, okay, that was a little bit closer than you would have expected for Zitrax. He almost died.
Yeah, he had 2 stacks on him already, so he almost died indeed. Now with the tree respawning, he might buy a salve, port bottom, heal him up.
DNZ, he's just sitting there like, 20 gold. Soon.
Iceberg rotating top. 2-0 talisman, power threats, invis. But
and they're going to always want to fly. Yep.
He's
fine. He already used his spells as well. There's the Astral coming out. Always want to fly. Will tick out to the Scorched Earth. Hester Joe will be ran down, killed off. Iron will die as well, so should be a 2-for-1 trade with the rotation coming out from Iceberg in favor of
Courier? Iceberg? No.
Bonus. Yoink.
A small bonus as well.
Iceberg.
Tracks.
This is the story of the game right now. General now forced to fight again, and he doesn't want this anymore, but they'll be able to pummel him in and kill him off. However, they don't have the mana in 10 seconds till they have the dagger again. Buck is arriving. Iron will move forward, and there it is. Wayne Rift just about connects. They do find the kill on the Wyvern as well.
Yeah, that mini blink on Waning Rift feels so good. At the same time, like, you have to be careful. If you're Wyvern and Beastmaster, you have dominated this lane early on because there were no trees, right? The moment the trees respawn and you try to go on this tree and Protector, it's a different story. You can't. They tried to go on Spectre this time around, but tree was close enough to counterplay that.
It's one of those things that's really hard to kind of remember, right? It's like something such as trees, changing the dynamic of lane. It's something you forget about because we usually talk about positioning, creep waves, where they're at, the healthy heroes, but trees are a dynamic element. We see it used for Jukin, not usually to easily set up kills like that. Just one of those unique scenarios, right? It's like, I think treeing with the counters to treeing right now and cutting out trees, it's a bit like the techie's priority, right? Like, this hero changes the way I have to approach the lane. Once the trees come back, it's your lane to lose.
Exactly, you have to be more careful. General, again, is being down a little bit, but he's fine, even with the 3 heroes. If they're far away from trees, he's just not slowed enough. When you're playing 3, basically you have to start off with Leech Seed. If you don't start off with Leech Seed, they just move through the Nature's Grasp, so you have to be careful. You have to be careful when it comes to your initiation.
Things will calm down for a moment. Iceberg was coming down bot, but Singularity, they knew someone was up. No one was showing mid, so they did back up a little bit because he has the Science Eclipse again.
And he has that point booster already, moving towards his Aghanims. Life is good for Iceberg.
Life is non-existent for whoever gets hit up by the Axe once it's complete. Pretty strong one right now. Esticho. Alright, he wanted to actually stop the mana drain. As a result, he's going to die for it.
Has sticks.
I mean, he has got the sticks. Can they get the kill is the question. They always want to fly now, running away. Doom will go down first, and Puck can't even finish what they started here. Stun. It will be a whiff, but Iron doesn't have the means to turn around and kill Lion.
Yeah, if that stun connects, maybe they can take down the Puck, but this way, Lion just gets out, and so does the Puck.
Esticho punished for his greed as well. That was...
I believe Hestejo's idea was, I'm about to hit 6. 1 creep will die while I'm doing this, and then I'll doom the PL or the Lion and take them both down, but he was a bit too far away. The creeps just didn't die.
As a result, Another big win for the top lane is FlyToMoon. The only lane that's been suffering so far really is their bot lane. And I'm especially worried about Iceberg already cracking the 5k net worth mark. Pre-10 minutes.
The thing is, when you look at Singularity's item progression, you have Spectre going for Radiance, so the other 4 will have to fight completely on their own.
They'll fight Slayer right now. They commit the Dream Core to make sure he dies. Enough heroes came up here that a Wyvern will fall. You can already see.
You pretty much want to kill the Wyvern whenever you see him defending a tower. If you don't take down bottom lane Zitrax.
It's a slow death if it ever occurs, but you're a level 6 Spectre against a level 8 PL. PL, he doesn't have the Doppelganger. Excalibur. Oh, nice dodge with Phantom Rush. Hex coming out. Prime Roar as well. They say run, V2, and live. He'll just about get out of range, but now the Haunt's going to be used to chase forward and finish him off. But Iceberg is here with a DD. Spectre will haunt back across. 2 dead. Science Clips goes down. Does get the kill on the Shrek. Zitrax. No mana for the dagger. They cut in the trees. They reveal him with a DD. Iceberg should be able to run him through and kill him off.
He's the true carry in this game. Iceberg is the one that you should be... PL obviously is the one that's going to be taking objectives a bit more, but this OD right now is carrying their game completely. He's like, hop on my back, boys, I've got this.
PL is just a red herring at this point. With the DD and the catapult, they'll push on this tower, take that. They did get an outpost, so 1 apiece. They've given a bit of space top to Doom now.
Also remember, this dynamic between PL and Spectre usually plays out this way. If PL has a good laning stage and he has that diffusal, he can be hunting down Spectre and just killing her solo. Oh,
He's
OD.
going for the Yasha first, though.
They're going for OD bottom.
This is the hard kill, though.
Yeah.
Wasted
Very
Dream Core.
interesting. They use the coil.
Oh, they're going to pursue too fast. Oh, they ping him out. They saw Slayer. He had the Winner's Curse, so if they stacked too hard, they would have died. The Doom is thrown out on Iceberg straight away, but they have got the stun. They should better run away. It's level 1 Doom, so I think Iceberg's going to live here as well.
Slayer has his ulti, but no TP, so he might fall.
They won't come close. They refuse to. The stance is out, and Wyvern will fall.
At least they get him, but they used Doom, they used Overgrowth as well for nothing. That was a little bit of a misplay there.
And Astral. The Grasp comes out. I've got the mana for follow-up stun, so Hester Joe will eat a creep. Will die still, though. They're just not respecting the OD.
They're not respecting the OD, and they're also not waiting for each other. They're trying to make these moves before they're all ready. And then when they fail, they still continue going. Sometimes you have to cut your losses and just move back. They're not accepting that. They're just like maniacs going in, and then they pay the price like this.
The odds are against them. And when they make moves like this, it's no surprise that people will probably bet that way as well. I mean, like I said, it's a Spectre going for Radiance. You were behind. I accept you have to do this. I will give credit to Excalibur, though. After a horrific laning start, he is second on the net worth chart. So he has caught up.
He's catching up. It's a hero that can definitely flash farm and outpush lanes super fast, so he's maximizing his farming output right now.
And FlyToMoon just got the item that Singularity are praying for. It is the Ironwood Tree.
Ironwood Tree, there we go.
Would be a dream come true if DNZ could get one. Instead, they'll get a broom handle, though. Oh, you know, you could always play some mango tree somewhere.
Time, right? The last play.
Yeah, we can't let him have it every game. That would be insane.
Exactly. Bottom lane Excalibur is invis, but he has only a stun.
Well, that's all you need, Liz. Especially when Zitrax is rotating in. Or is it? They get a little bit awkward with the kill, but they will get him in the end. However...
Iceberg is here.
Yep, that's right. He's here. Double Astral,
yes,
baby. Who's ready for the big bomb? Here it comes out. Excalibur gets hexed up as well. Zitrax will fight back. Finger thrown out, though, and always want to fly. Will die for it, but they got the horn out of him, so they're happy with that trade. They might find more. Hester just to back up a little. Overgrowth won't be used. The Winner's Curse and Astral get stacked together. The bomb comes out doing some damage.
That's usually not the way you want to use spells, but, you know, happens. And overall, Iceberg rotates in, even though the Beastmaster did fall. He gets 2 kills out of that. He kills the Lash and the Spectre, so still, if you're FlyToMoon, you're super satisfied with that. PL, meanwhile, just chilling. Yo, guys, you just fight. I'm gonna be farming away on the other side of the map.
That's the big deal as well, right? He's farming while your Spectre not only was fighting, but also used the horn and died for it.
Yep.
And also, Hester's gonna die. He hung around too long in the bot lane and gets punished. 3v for General to clean up. He does have his helmet dominated now, so you got to start showing a little bit of respect to the Beastmaster. instead, they might just lose more heroes at this rate. This is the other thing, actually, about the Beastmaster. It's a decent counter to the Treant because you have the vision from the Hawks.
You have the vision, like, later on from the Hawks, and in the laning stage from the Axes, you cut down trees. It's an amazing counter to the Treant Protector, definitely. And also, you know, you have this armor from Tree, but when you're a Beastmaster, you usually just take down towers in one go, so his healing potential isn't nearly as valuable as it usually is.
And also, the point I think the damage the boars do, it's a composite armor type, so like the living armor doesn't actually reduce the damage, if I remember correctly. Unless they changed that again. I know a while ago they made that change so that the boars were basically doing more damage to heroes. Pretty brutal.
It's some stuff that's been around since Warcraft 3. It has been changed a bit lately, though.
Fairness to Singularity, though, they've still only lost one tower.
And they're not really too far behind, only 2k behind, so... When it comes to the kill score, 11 to 12, it's not too bad for them, and they are playing the Spectre lineup. Spectre has about 3k gold right now saved up, moving towards that Radiance closer and closer.
They're pretty committed at this point, and they're committed for a kill bot. DNZ's been found outside the trees. Stay in your home, okay? Because when you come out, you will be chopped down.
Mid lane, there is Doom and Lash rotating about, but they can't really stop this push without the tree, and I don't think they'll even try to.
Tower going the way of FlyToMoon, as they realize they need to actually start stacking up the kills on buildings to get their gold inflated as they get up to a 4k net worth lead now.
At the same time, Aina was doing a really good thing of out-pushing the top lane, forcing Iceberg to rotate back to defend it, and now they're rotating Doom in. If they manage to Dream Call into Doom, they might even take down the OD. It's all about how greedy Iceberg will be. As you can see, he's just sitting next to the tier 2. He understands. He doesn't know where they are. His teammates are pushing the bottom tier 2, which means the enemies are definitely in your own jungle.
Yeah, and because they still only have a level 1 Doom, it's quite a hard kill to get anyway on a 2k HP hero. And now they're rotating more in. They're ready to fight. Astral goes out. They have got the sanities. The stun follow-up can be there from always want to fly. They need to actually preemptively jump, and they will. They'll go in. The Doom's going to come out. The Winner's Curse has been used, and OD trying to move away pretty slowly out of the grasp, though. Dream Call will run out, and there's the Hornet as well. The figure thrown out Hester Joe. They're forced to fight. OD takes one with him as he goes down. 50 seconds on the sideline. Iron went deep with the illusory orb. Does have the Waning Rift to get out in time. In the meantime, always want to fly will die. Zithrax is now committed to this fight and should be able to find a kill on Slayer. We'll get his courier first, and V2 not really doing any damage because he doesn't have that Diffu.
That was a great play by them. That was really great. I even saw Aina from behind catching that OD so that he cannot connect with the Lion on the Spectre. He caught him in the Dream Call, then he silences him, then they overgrowth him. They pretty much used everything they had on the OD, but they do take him down. And once OD is dead, they just don't have any damage. So they realize that properly, and they bait him out to defend that tier 2 on top lane. They all rotate in afterwards, and they kill him, winning themselves a pretty decent team fight.
That's kind of the awkward part about V2's build as well, right? Because he went to complete this Manta as opposed to getting the Diffu after the Yasha, which is what we see more commonly.
I was actually expecting that defusal much earlier from him. Well, you're just able to be more active, especially in this matchup, like PL versus Spectre. I see the defusal much more often picked up by PL. And is my preferred item too.
It seems FlyToMoon, that's kind of the lax moment showing where they feel they've got more time to just farm up and do what they want. But FlyToMoon, he doesn't want to hang around Iceberg. He goes in. Second Astral, Prime Roar comes out, Winner's Curse as well, so Puck is locked in. Time to drop that hammer. Boom! Only gets one though. They mistimed it. Iron got away. And appropriate sound Trambo.
But that one is the Spectre, right? So it's not really the worst thing.
No, but you need to get this tier 2 for it to really feel worthwhile. Meanwhile, top though, V2, he's trying to go for a solo kill on Excalibur. Trying to juke this out. Stun will be out on the V2. There's the Doppelganger, but now he needs to run away because there is the threat of being stunned up with this Blurf.
Yeah, they've ported 2 supports in. Slayer and Always Want to Fly will try to ward up this area and just make them go outside of their jungle.
And the problem they do have is the FlyToMoon, you know, they get these big kills. It seems great, but we're not seeing objectives being taken easily afterwards by them.
Yep. Their heroes definitely aren't great in doing that. Beastmaster is probably their greatest assets asset when it comes to taking objectives. PL is not ready. OD just a miserable hero overall when it comes to taking down towers. Or Rosh, they're bad at doing both.
Yeah, one asset, two asses when it comes to objective taking. It's a little bit more on the greedy side. That's why they have to keep taking these convincing fights. But when you look at the score and it's 14-15, they've got the net worth lead, but this is before Spectre even has the Radiance. That's when Singularity have a huge power spike.
It's not only the Spectre's Radiance. Right now, one big power spike from Singularity are these Blink Daggers that they're getting. There's one on Doom and I believe one on Puck. Now you have two ways of initiating and jumping on top of the OD. If you eliminate him from the team fight, I think you should have it fairly easy to kill off everyone else.
Especially in conjunction with this Veil, considering that now affects spell damage instead of magic damage. So you got all this pure damage that comes out of Spectre and the Doom as well that's going to get amplified further. So.
Beastmaster going for Orchid, by the way. Haven't really mentioned that. General has Helm of Dominator Orchid. Definitely not an item though that we see very often.
I could see the interesting angle. Like if it's a solo kill, you prime a roar, get close enough to Centaur and silence, or you can just control two targets.
You can kill a Spectre, you can kill a Puck this way as well. Puck without Yules, that is.
Yes. And, well, Puck instead is going towards the Aghanims next. Realizes the looming threat of a BKB on OD, and if you can't lock Iceberg out of the fight, that's when FlyToMoon tends to take victories. Right now, they're going to take this tower. DD on PL, make sure it's a freebie.
Yep. They need to take all the objectives that they can before Spectre gets that Radiance, and it's closing in. 20 gold more for Zitrax, and he's got it. He's got the Radiance. Now, you see, instantly a smoke from Singularity. He just picked up the Radiance, instantly a smoke. Spectre is showing on the bottom lane because he has Radiance and Haunt to join his teammates, so he doesn't really have to move anywhere. Also, this is one of the benefits when you have a Spectre. Even though you know what this hero does and how people play around it, you see Spectre on the map and you're like, okay, I'm safe. Suddenly they jump on top of you and they haunt in. It can happen.
Yeah, it's always the awkwardness of global presence, right? Like, you have farming patterns in mind. You have this kind of flow of the map to how you want to split push. And there's heroes like Nature's Prophet, Spectre, that can just arrive anywhere, anytime. It's a big part of why Boots of Travel just feels so good on many heroes right now.
It just gives you a different angle, a different approach to the strategy that you have to execute.
Yeah, and then makes it so that vision is even a higher priority, right? As a constant factor to have that vision. That's why heroes like Beastmaster and Fury, I don't know, like, you could keep nerfing this hero, and as long as he has his Hawk, he'd always feel relevant.
Obviously, yeah, it's one of the best things for him. It always was, even after the differences to the Hawk that they made, uncontrollable and whatever. Anyway, another smoke happens from Singularity again. They just realized this is our power spike, we need to act immediately.
Oh, OD just shoot bot as well. He needs to connect with his team. He's TPing top right now, and FlyToMoon, they can't jump the gun here. They need to wait for the reinforcements.
Iceberg can be there on time, as long as he's behind his teammates, so he doesn't get initiated on.
Blink in, line starts up. Dream Call only connects on him. The Haunt's going to come out now, but Iceberg is so far back. The Astral. Oh, no, he gets it in time. There's no Doom coming out, and now Line will go down. Can they find more? Overgrowth is going to be used. Iron almost dies because of the bomb straight away, and now OD gets hit up by the Doom. Iceberg will just run away. The buyback comes out from Excalibur as he did go down. They ping out onto V2. There'll be a TP away by General, which will be successful. Now V2 does have the doppelganger. Iceberg is... Actually, no, can he get the kill? Nice phase shift. They baited him in. No one was there to protect him, and as a result, they split up and die. V2 goes down as well, and Zitrax gets the triple kill with the Horn.
It doesn't matter how well Iceberg did in that early to mid game, because he's just unable to do anything during these Doom engagements. I believe after they respawn on the side of FlyToMoon, they need to fight immediately. They can fight as long as there is no Doom available. Once there's Doom, like, OD can't even be near the fight. Like, he was positioned really well in the last engagement. He was behind the trees, but the problem was he even astraled the Doom. But the problem was you use Haunt, you give vision for the Doom, and then he jumps on top of you. You can't evade that. You can't escape that.
No,
perhaps a Linken's. Perhaps a Linken's, but it's not really the greatest way of dealing with it, because you can always take a creep that can pop your Linken's.
Yeah, I think the thing I was going to highlight there is is you're out on the right side. Like, it doesn't look like bad positioning, but it's the way that Singularity exploits that. You need to be maybe embedded deep in the trees near the PL, but then you're always worried about, you know, the AoE stuns or the overgrowth. The way Singularity's draft is similar to their first game, right? Where they can expend their abilities at less of a cost for the most.
They go straight into the pit on the side of FlyToMoon because they understand there is no big ultimates on Singularity. You don't necessarily have to take a team fight. You can go for Rosh instead, and that's what they're gonna do. Iceberg with the PL, with the Orchid, with all the auras. They should take this down very quickly.
It's also when you're playing this iteration of OD, you don't want to fight much without your ultimate because it's the definitive way to get an entrance kill. So they'll just get the second life first, and then they'll converge on anyone who's hanging around on the side of Singularity. Hester Joe, ooh, just about gets out. They ping on the DNZ.
However,
this is greedy as all hell, but he'll blink away in time, and he will also escape.
Yeah, he was doing a good thing. He was delaying their push, cutting some creeps there, but they do have enough to continue pressuring this tier 2, which they most likely will do. Repair kit on the ground. No one picked it up. Oh, there we go.
There's been a little bit of that going on. I think the Philosopher's Stone dropped earlier and V2 just ignored it. Ooh, Orb of Destruction though. Alright, that gives them something they've been sorely lacking, which is ability to take buildings from more than one hero.
That's really good on PL as well. Overall though, I'm not sure I really like V2's item build completely. Like, he's going for the Silver Edge now. Silver Edge versus obviously Spectre is really good. But usually when you're playing this PL versus Spectre, you get that Shadow Blade a little bit earlier. It could have... if he was more active early on, perhaps OD wouldn't have been the only target for this Doom, and they would be able to do more in these team fights.
Yeah, I think it's the order of the items is the part that's bugging me. Going for the Manta first, right?
Yeah, I love all the items, but the order is definitely bugging me as well. But I understand it. Manta versus the Treant versus the Puck. It's just about the way you approach these team fights with the items that you've got.
They will at least be able to get this tier 2 though, and starting to starve control away from Singularity as this will be the last outer tower once it falls. Definitely making them work for it though.
Yeah, because Tree is just healing it all the time, and Spectre was creep keeping.
Mid. Jump in. Stun comes out. The Shrek is pretty low. The Haunt's going to come in, so they can arrive in the fight. And OD has to Astral himself just to stay alive. BK over Excalibur means he can fight, and Lion is already dead. Stun hits onto 2. Will find them. Gets rid of the Aegis. PL is coming up into a big mess, and they're already chasing for more. Slayer drags them away. Should give enough time to escape, but Hester Joe's waiting. Stomp's going to be there, and he realized what the real one is. The Doom is thrown out straight away, and B2 will fall alongside his team, as Beastmaster is the only one to survive.
Yeah, they just crushed them right there. Not even Doom was committed on the OD. They killed them twice without even using it. You've got Lincolns? Alright, we're gonna kill you in some other ways. I believe they felt that they're in control completely, and that's why they positioned themselves so aggressively, and they instantly got punished for it.
Starts to get a little bit awkward because this is where Spectre starts to just accelerate. You mentioned it right through the game. PL and Spectre is a weird dynamic back and forth.
Exactly. It's also where Leshrak starts to accelerate as he has that BKB completed. So 9 seconds after that last fight. But he doesn't... Oh, will he be caught here?
Aini might die in the top lane as well. It's close, but Excalibur has got the BKB coming off cooldown, so he should be fine to get away. And there's a turnaround. Reinforcements arrive, General pays the price, and Excalibur gets away. Didn't even have to use the BKB.
Yeah, TNZ was there. He used the Nature's Grasp, and Excalibur just runs away. Iceberg was a little bit too slow to respawn and join that fight. Yeah, overall, a lot of mistakes being made by FlyToMoon, but also Singularity. They're just executing their draft properly, the way that it should be executed, and that's it.
They're capitalizing on the mistakes being made. And it's one thing that your opponent has to slip up. You have to be positioned right and have to be on time to actually exploit that though. And so far, they are.
So far, the only thing that I believe FlyToMoon could have done a little bit better is perhaps fight every time there's no Doom. Fight when they, like, you lose a team fight, it doesn't matter. Get up and fight instantly again. But they haven't really done that every single time. And because of that, now you have a Spectre that's super farmed, you have a Lesh that already has a BKB, and you can't really hurt him with OD any longer.
I think that's one of the big kind of awkward parts about OD is this ultimate is now seen as too valuable to waste, and when you don't have it, you get reluctant to fight. Like, this hero still does a lot of damage without the ult. But I've seen plenty of teams be reluctant.
Right?
Yes. That's the problem. Like, BKB is on the Shrek. I don't think we... Yeah, Doom BKB. I don't know if we're going to see one on Spectre. You don't usually, but he has actually queued it up. Better safe than sorry, he says. Which I can respect.
No, I like this. I like this BKB on him as well. It doesn't... Like, what can you buy that's more valuable right now? Some Scuddy or Butterfly, I guess, but... Heart is your usual option. Oh, he goes for Diffusal. Actually, I didn't even see that he didn't have it. The Diffusal can come in handy too.
Yeah, Manta for survivability. And then straight across. I feel like this is kind of the mirroring aspect, right? It's like, I like the order Spectre's doing it in here. The PL, we mentioned it before, going the Manta first may have cost him the ability to push Singularity over the edge.
It's so interesting when you see heroes right now. Like, you see some core, and you see his 6 slotted already, like Spectre is at the moment, but you don't realize one is Imp Claw, the other is Poor Man's Shield, and I don't know, weird. The neutral items are still weird for me.
Changes your perspective, you know. Think about what happened when shrines arrived and the way people just changed their movements around the map.
And there's always a couple of neutral items in the backpacks, no matter what. Like, Doom just gave, I believe, Spectre Titan Sliver.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Poor Man's Shield is in the backpack because who do you give it to? You know, there's always some neutral item in backpack.
It's also the interesting idea is, like, I've seen a lot of the carries especially, they don't pick up items that drop that they don't want. So there's loads of opportunities to just yoink items from the enemy team.
That's maybe in your bracket. In my bracket,
no. I'm talking in these games we've been watching, Liz. Yeah, V-Tune doesn't pick up items.
Yeah. You see a repair kit, you like...
Screw this. That's negative thinking. I ain't going to be in my base. Singularity aren't. They're actually on the prowl. They did use the scan. They didn't find anyone here. FlyToMoon are pretty split. But Singularity can't find a damn thing. Things will calm down. What's the next big item? As we said, I spoke towards that BKB next. This is like the awkward type of moment in an OD game, right? Where you start to lose your impact and you're back-to-back defensive items.
Like, this is a kind of a moment in a game in which I don't see the way for FlyToMoon to really win, like, without Singularity making a lot of mistakes. And I love these kind of moments when I'm watching a game because if the team proves me wrong, I learn something, right?
Yeah, you're like daisy chaining, right? You're like rippling effects. Like, what if they go this way? And what if General just goes for a full right-click build? Could that be enough?
Well, he's trying to go for Silver Edge, so they're trying to find ways of dealing with the Spectre, right? Getting on top of her and just blowing her up instantly. But it's 2 heroes that are doing that, General and the PL. So they're finding... Actually, PL already has it, so they're just finding ways of blowing up the Spectre.
And there has to be a point, like, where Spectre is sure she's definitely the problem, but I think you're still in that window where Excalibur is a bigger deal in these fights.
Excalibur is definitely a big deal, but most importantly, you want to make chaos on the map. I believe if you're FlyToMoon right now, you have no business searching for 5v5 fights. You have to somehow get on top of the Spectre, blow her up, retreat. Do the same thing a couple of times until you're strong enough to fight. I mean, when you look at the net worth, it's only 1k difference. It's nothing 33 minutes in. But effective net worth, Singularity, they're just much stronger at the moment.
And they prove it as they take down another hero. Lion gets caught with his trousers around his ankles, and this tier 2 should be going down. Singularity trying to starve out Control. Maybe even push a little bit into the high ground, force the rest of FlyToMoon back, seeing as, you know, Lion's not up for 35 seconds.
Some big items that can come in handy are Abyssal on V-Tune, and
Dream Cool.
Beastmaster.
Yep. Well, guy who already has a built-in stun will throw it out onto Illusion. Won't really change an outcome though. He goes down.
DNZ, look at him, just warding inside their base at the moment. Yeah. Is he gonna go for it? Nah, he doesn't want the neutral items, right? He wants the couriers. That's the plan. Also, when you have a ward this deep and you see the courier flying somewhere, you know whose courier it is. You instantly know where the target is as well, where the hero is. So it's always valuable.
DNZ straight away ready. His
ready,
teammate
let's
is still
go.
disconnected. Like, I'm ready. I want to punch a courier right now.
Send me some kuricas.
I'm ready for some prime freaking animal beating here. Is it going to be a donkey or is it going to be a Roshan? Nah, he just goes. He's like, nah, guys, all right, I'm not going to be cheeky. We're just going to use this to set up for a push next time they make a mistake. And
there is Rosh that has respawned.
yeah, they're looking
There's
at
also Doom. All the big spells are up for Singularity. Well, they don't have Haunt and Coil, but it should be enough.
Yeah, Coil's available very soon as well. And Wyvern, I mean, you can get the curse for a lifetime, but your team is so out of position, you wouldn't even be able to capitalize on it.
Maybe they can connect, though.
Not
OD
DNC
has
runs
that-
in like a madman. Hex and the finger going out. Stomp from Hester Joe to buy a little bit of time. They are coming out of the pit now. The buyback's going to be used by Triumph, but Astral out onto 2 already. BKB, Iceberg going in. BKB out from Hester Joe, allows him to move away. Now, Lashrak, Excalibur will finally leave the pit. He was hanging around for a while there. Did get stunned by Roche.
I really like that Hestejo didn't use his ulti there. Like, he could have doomed the OD. He had the opportunity, but he opts to retreat instead. Why? It's because Roche wasn't low enough, so it's not going to secure them the Roche. And also, they're very close to the shrine, so if they use that Doom right there, they probably don't get to the kill either. But FlyToMoon are going to punish that.
They're going to sneak it. The pings are coming out. They have to know. They're not quick enough, though. It's already going to go down. There it is. Aegis in the hands of Iceberg, and now they'll hunt for Promeroar comes out. They're striking a lot of trouble. The jump in, the stomp is out. There's the overgrowth. It looks huge, but they're not doing enough with it. They're going to actually maybe lose one. The Astral to ensure the kill of 9. Throws down the Dream Core. The Doom is already out in OD, but the Cold Embrace just heals him up. He's not even willing to give over the Aegis. The buyback comes out from Lashrak. Doom is controlled up in the meantime with the Hex. There's the Infernal Blade as well. The Doom is lasting a long time. Linkus gets popped once more. Another buyback comes out, this time from Ein. Want to arrive in the fight. They're all committing here. Wyvern now coming across as well. BKB from Excalibur to chase forward, but OD will protect himself. The Astral BKB as he comes out. Has got the science clip. Needs to wait out the magic community before he actually drops that rock, though. Not sure if it's going to be enough at this rate. The buyback comes out now from Lion. This is all in from both teams at this rate. The winner's curse going to be there on the Zitrax. They're ready, though. Here it comes. Wind up that arm. Science clips down. The damage looking big. They're going to bring down Spectre. Puck is dead as well. They will lose Lashrak. And this is a game-winning type of fight for FlyToMoon that they desperately needed. Astral comes out. DNZ will retreat. Another Astral there as Hestejo tries to bring down Iceberg, but no, he clubs on the losing the Cold Embrace to save the day. Doom's dead. It's a rampage for V-Tune. And all of a sudden, the line is drawn because they're plowing towards Singularity's base.
They just outplayed them so hard. Like, this game, I'm not saying it turned completely, but everything they did was correct. Sneaking in for that rush. The only way you deal with the Doom at this point in the game is you get the Aegis, right? So even if you get doomed, you still respawn and you fight again. That's exactly what happened. After he respawned, they almost got him, but he used that imprisonment on himself, bought himself 3 extra seconds, exactly how many he needed for that BKB. He gets out, he BKBs. Winter's Curse was also amazing, caught like, what, 4 of them? Like, just outstanding play by FlyToMoon. They just dominated Singularity, styled on them right there.
Absolutely. And this seems to be a recurring kind of theme at the moment, is the way teams fight back and forth towards the Roche pit now, and so often it can completely destroy the balance that existed in the game, as we just saw there. And just the question, is this 1 or 2 lanes? Because this is not the quickest push from FlyToMoon. They're going to try for 2 lanes. Best opportunity they've had all game, after all.
2 lanes?
Should be. Winner's Curse. Doom. They got the prime roller, winding up for max efficiency, and that is a dead Doom. Gone for 50 seconds. Does have buyback.
Does have a buyback.
But no point using it unless they go for that 3rd lane. That's the dual diamond where you have to fight. You do have the Haunt available. They did just use the Primal Roar, but they will have science clips in 50 seconds. So if you want to do it, it has to be quick. Dream Call in. BKB activated. Iceberg. Gonna be fine for the moment, but Doom, he has brought back. He's moving right now. The Overgrowth, nope. Hex comes out, and DNC starting too quick. He's gonna go down. The Haunt's gonna be used, but now they're fully committed. Iceberg, hit up, starts up, and he should be going down as it's hit up with the Doom. Cold Embrace will not save the day this time. They chase forward looking for more, and V2 trying to mount a dodge away. Starts up, though. Can't use the Doppelganger just yet. Too low to do so. Is dead. They're still chasing. General in the tree line trying to escape. The burn is ripping into him as they move forward. Ein does have Lose Your Orb in 2 seconds, and General has no escape as the Waning Rift kills him off. The Slayer will escape. Looks like they need to cater to their base. They do get big pickoffs onto FlyToMoon, though.
Yeah, there's only one hero that doesn't have a buyback, however, and that's the Beastmaster, right? So you can buy back the OD, you can buy back the PL, and as long as you don't lose the game right here, right now, you should be fine because you got the 2 sides that you came for. But they are pressuring. Excalibur is going straight down mid. Are there any travels? Doom doesn't have them. Zitrax as well. So they have to be careful about the way they approach this, and they move back instead.
Yeah, it's just Lesh right now. There is an opportunity to fight if they want to, though, because Lesh... I mean, Excalibur's been pretty frugal with the uses of his BKB. He still has 8 seconds of magic immunity, which is... We've seen it, right? Iceberg desperately has to wait out these BKBs, and if they're still lasting this long, it can backfire on him.
Great thing for Singularity is the fact that no matter how badly the game is going for them, as long as they get the proper Doom targets, they can win team fights, right? However, FlyToMoon so far have been successful at just getting that Aegis and Cheese, making him waste his Doom, and then they can win the fight, and just outplaying them overall. Oh, always want to fly?
Nah, no opportunity. Puck just a little bit too elusive. Still going towards that axe. Still a long way to go.
I'm still surprised how much FlyToMoon got from this game. Like they were in a really bad spot.
Yeah, they just utilized the choke points a little bit better. Especially just so much credit on that fight alone goes to Slayer. Like,
and also when you think about it, PL is now level 25. He has the -6 seconds doppelganger.
ooh.
Just a beast. There's an OD with +2 arcane orb damage.
I was just about to say, on the other hand, they instantly just got a timeless relic on Singularity. Definitely one of the better items when you consider the heroes as well, right? Like Leshrac or Doom with a longer duration.
They are hunting. There's a smoke. Actually, an Invis Lion going in.
He's hungry for a kill.
Oh, Princess Knife as well for V-Tune.
Ooh.
That's so good.
Could even give it to the line. Additional Hex. Thank you very much, you'd say. A little bit D1 going on, though. Still very easy to get picked off in this type of game as a line, or even as a puck, really. Whichever one jumps first should kill the other.
Wait, the 60% projectile speed, it's going to be amazing on Wyvern next.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Nah, they give it to OD in the end. Actually, yeah, OD, what am I even saying? OD
True, if you can get like
with
2 extra attacks out, maybe, if you're lucky, before they BKB.
He's the one that buys Hex anyway.
Yeah.
So you have Princess Knife now.
And then once you get your Hex, you just pass it over to one of your supports. Bonus Hex. All in all, not too bad, not too shabby. It's done 2 minutes until Roche could spawn again. You're probably going to see a situation where FlyToMoon just chills back, takes the shrine, and then holds around that high ground area and forces Singularity to come out and potentially make a mistake. What is the next big item? What is the solution they've got in mind? They are going towards the Orchid next on the Spectre.
I think all of these items definitely do matter, don't get me wrong, but it's really important to how you approach these next team fights and how many buybacks you have. I think FlyToMoon, they can even just lose a couple of team fights in order to, you know, like you lose one team fight, you buy back, they don't have Doom, you end the game right there, you take the last Raxes. Strategically, FlyToMoon is in a much better position because they can maneuver around Singularity and what they've got as long as there's no refresher on Doom.
Especially if this ends up being a quick spawn time Roche. That's when Singularity don't feel confident to come out and make that play. Puck is eluding the gank attempt by the side of FlyToMoon bot. That should make it obvious to Singularity that FlyToMoon are a little bit split right now. It's just a matter if they can find anyone on the map.
PL has the Illusionist Scape.
Yes. Master of Illusions right here.
Yeah.
I could see plenty of situations where they whoopsie-daisy go after the wrong illusions now.
It's literally the old Phantom Lancer second spell. If you
Yeah,
remember.
where like he's got Silver as well, right? So it is. You just go invis, you leave an illusion out.
You go invis and you leave the illusion. That's it. Old PL returns. Bottom lane, Beastmaster.
Yours. Stomp in a Beastmaster. They'll throw out the Doom straight away. They want that kill. And they will indeed find it. And also get a Princess Knife on the side. Okay, that can win better for Singularity. He does have buyback though on Beastmaster.
Yeah, but I don't know if you want to use it. Perhaps if the fight continued there, you would use the buyback. But oh, they actually smoked up without him even. Does he have travel? He does have travel, so he can buy back and travel in. But this is so greedy when you could just wait for a minute.
Going in a little bit blind as well. Jump forward. Hex comes out and Doom BKB is being activated on both sides and they're chasing through. The Yules did interrupt Lion's combo. Sandclips gets dropped and Doom is already dead and done. One is going to be used to try and do some effects. Excalibur does find a kill on the side, forced to buy back out Wyvern, and now the Hex is out into Leshrac, down to half HP, trying to burn through his mana and kill him off quick enough, but the BKB's running out. So V2 will retreat, leaving Iceberg behind to die. They throw out the dagger, but they won't be able to find a kill into V2 as well.
So what happened? You got Doom, but you just lost 3 heroes. And now as long as Singularity manages to get something out of this, they're golden. What can you do though? Roche will respawn in 19 seconds, so...
And they should know it's reaching the maximum time, right? Because I think that was about minute 40 for the respawn. When it first came off.
You just go into the pit and you wait now, I guess.
Or you stick a courier there, that's option 2. However, Highness found an additional pickoff. Slayer felt obligated to go out and push, and as a result will die.
They get the Wyvern. Now it's 4 of them dead. Makes the rush even easier.
Look at V2, he's just running up and down stairs like, maybe I could go and cut the... Wait, no. No, that's how I die.
Yeah, he's just afraid. You don't go anywhere. You just wait for the bound. Perhaps you take that, but that's about it. Oh, Puck.
Dust reveal.
He caught him, but he has no... Yeah,
he just backs away. Excalibur's not interested in that. Meanwhile, top though.
They might go for Zitrax here.
Yep, Primal comes out. Silence as well. They're trying to burn through him quick enough, and with no mana, he should be an easy kill. He'll activate the BKB and run away. He is still pretty fast, so they'll accept that as a win and let him go.
They just used Roar and they were hitting him the whole time and still didn't skill.
Yeah, doesn't really do that damage that you're looking for. Diffu comes out in the park, but he already used the jump away with the Wane and Rift because it's pretty busted when you get yourself a cast range talent.
One of the good things for FlyToMoon is definitely the fact that they have lost no tier 3s so far. So this shrine around Rosh Pit is still up. It's definitely a very important strategical outpost for them as they can port to it to defend Rosh, buy back, port again.
Wondering, I'm just looking at V2 right now, wondering what he's going to build next though. It's all good being able to get back in these fights, but it's weird.
It's still completed, it's flying in,
yeah,
right?
Hopefully. No?
He doesn't, no.
This is worrying because we saw what happened when he tried to jump Spectre. We saw with this craggy coat on the Leshrac what happened when they try and kill him. V2's really not doing much damage.
Spectre has completed her Abyssal now too. So Titan Sliver out, Abyssal in. That will help out versus the OD, versus the PL obviously, versus everyone.
Yeah, and I think all you really have to do now if your Singularity is jump on Iceberg and kill him, right? Like, he's the lethality that FlyToMoon have to instantly burst someone.
That's been the story of the game, right? Jump on OD, if you manage to doom him and kill him off, you win the team fight.
The sad reality is, even with the item build that Phantom Lance is committed to, the story hasn't changed. And I wouldn't call this the greedy, I want to never die type build. He is ready to fight. Dream Call.
Run.
Lion. Oh, Astral on both of them, because Iceberg couldn't make up his mind which one's more important. Hex is out. Winner's Curse as well. Always want to fly. Will still die. But they could drop it right now and try and get the kill on the Doom, but the Horn is zoning them away. And they chase the 4. The Abyssal comes out. Straight on to OD. Buy back out from Lion. Horn back across. They say that's enough. They don't want more than that. They don't want to use all their ultimates. In fact, they didn't have to use too much for that. Dream Call will be available in 15 seconds. And Haunt's the big one. But smoke straight away. FlyToMoon say, okay, we didn't really use much either. We're ready to fight.
No, they smoked up. They're going in.
They could look towards Roche, but I think they want to pick off before they go in. But
Man, if Singularity, if they let them take this Roche, that would be a major mistake.
They need to stop it right now. This will be a synthesized Ags as well. Hex comes out to Puck. Finger as well. Down to half HP. The stun through. Might be able to get him, but the overgrowth's going to be there. It won't be enough. Puck has to buy back straight away. That's got a long way to go. TP's onto the creep wave mid. Same for Leshrac. They're trying to back up a little bit as the commitments from buybacks from Singularity definitely says this could be the game-winning fight. BKB, OD turns around, but Yules to buy time for Puck. And they are stuck inside that call. Going to be 2 dead. Both supports down already for FlyToMoon. Doom thrown out onto Iceberg as well. Will chase through and look to finish him off. And being caught out alone means he's an easy pickings. Beastmaster is committed bot. He's actually going for the Mega Creeps in the meantime. V2 will TP out.
He's
they
so
say,
slow,
okay,
though.
if you want this, they have to come back. That means they might be weak at the pit. If you buy back right now as FlyToMoon, you can secure this Roche. Just the question, do they want to?
I mean, you can buy back the ODs, I suppose, but...
PL's too far away as well because he TP'd all the way back to base. It looks like Singularity are going to get their hands on Aegis, Cheese, and Axe.
Maybe Beast. Maybe Beast can steal it. He dropped the gem. He wants to go in.
He's ready,
willing. The Hawk is there.
And able. V2 is invis as well. The pings are coming out. Axe is through to reveal. Has to jump in prematurely. And this might hurt him as a result. Aegis gets picked up by Zitrax. I don't think Beast got anything. He just gave his life for nothing.
Nope, he does have buyback, but this is now... This looks like game, right? They have what? They have Aegis, they have Cheese.
It's definitely problematic.
Aghanims is used by Spectre too, so you have your own mini haunt.
And all of a sudden, global presence goes even higher for Singularity somehow.
Yeah. I haven't really seen many Spectres by Aghanims. I mean, I haven't really seen many Spectres after the change.
No. It kind of feels like on the same tier as TA's Ags, right? Where it's like, you can see how this would be nice, but where do I really slot it into my build? Because TA has the whole teleport to traps type thing, and it's kind of comparative to that for setting up global kills one by one.
There you go.
Nice kill on the puck. Can they get out safely? Slayer? Taking a bit of damage, but Zitrax maybe doesn't want to hang around too long. Winner's Curse is going to be thrown out on the Spectre to zone them away, but Hestejo does not get baited in. He will run through looking for Slayer, use the Cold Embrace on the side. The BKB's activated. V2 had no choice. They need to actually try and escape this. Excalibur's BKB will be activated and they're on the chase. Stun out. Beautifully done by Always Want to Fly, but now he might give his life. Willis Shaco does make him pretty tanky, so they won't look to try and enter with a kill in the line. And Iceberg, he's stacking up some steals here with the Astrals. Lincoln's has been popped on him, so he's got to be a little bit reluctant here. Doom is coming off cooldown in 7 seconds. Hestejo activates BKB. Movement forward. Missile comes out. Iceberg in a little bit of trouble because that BKB's run out soon. Hestejo will have the Doom soon. Astral's going to be used. They need to drop the Science Clips right now to try and get rid of Spectre. Will go down. Hestejo comes out, clubs him in the face. Iceberg is dead, and they're chasing forward for more. The Aegis has been claimed, but V2's life alongside it. As FlyToMoon once again unable to take a favorable fight after getting the entry kill.
Yeah, that whole fight Beast wasn't even there. He just died too early on, and now they lose 4. OD and PL, they both have buybacks, but this is slowly looking like the end. And the only reason FlyToMoon are still in this game is the fact that they've lost those 2 sides so early on, right? So you always have to worry about creeps. You have to go back. You have to outpush. And General has done a really good job at creep skipping the bottom lane or keeping the bottom lane outpushed at all times, so they can't really maneuver off of that bottom lane at least.
Problem is, you're reaching a point in the game where Singularity could just go into the base and not care about it.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't even use Doom that lot.
No, it was on cooldown for a few seconds, and then they realized, we don't even need it for Iceberg. And that means they can save it to kill him now if they want to. Linkers gets popped, jump in straight away. Abyssal as well, and Odie in a lot of trouble as held by the Doom. Winner's Curse will come out. Leshrac, he might die to this. They jump in, they come in. V2 wants it, and he might find another cheese just in time. Excalibur's gonna live. He'll be able to back away with the BKB still running. That was the opportunity they were looking for. And FlyToMoon don't have much left in the chamber. Lion will respawn, so Singularity will back off from the base for the moment. But that was a critical moment, as Leshrac did not have buyback, could not afford to go down like that.
Still, no tier 3 is taken down. Definitely the closest game today that we've had.
It's getting a little bit sweaty. That repair kit still has 2 charges as well. That's how long they've been holding without any significant damage done to the high ground. FlyToMoon, well, they'll live to fight another day. Question is, what is your big solution? You need something else, that power spike, to get you over the hump now.
Your big solution is smoke with the double damage on Spectre. And now you go for a pick-off. Now you go and try to get something out. But you can see that FlyToMoon, they're aware. They're even scan... No? So they're keeping themselves in the tree line on the right, but...
Yeah, but Zitrax has that individual haunt as well as the thing. Dream Core comes out. Haunt forward. Always Want to Fly gets ignored because he didn't connect with the Dream Core. Now Hestejo trying to go in, but the BKB is activated pretty early by Iceberg just to run away. And they will find Beastmaster in the meantime as he's left behind and killed.
Let's have the buyback and Always Want to Fly. He might try and creep skip here.
They know it though.
They know. They pinged him out. They saw it.
There it is. Jump straight in. Hello, how you doing? Always Want to Die.
No buyback on him.
Costly error. There's no way he gets out from this. No way. Is he gonna get a blink? TP?
Is he out?
Maybe. Yeah, they lose drops in one place. Oh no, Lion!
That's so sad.
Not always want to fly. It's like sweat right off his brow right now. This Witless Shaco paid for itself. I say paid for itself as a freebie from the jungle.
3,000 HP Lion just walking
I love
about.
this item. I just love this item so much. It's just like all these squishy supports. Like I've been getting murdered all game. Not anymore. Not today.
He has minus 35 damage, minus 400 mana, but not a care in his world.
Hey, you know, the amount of time they spent chasing him was worth it. That's all you need to know.
Definitely. They couldn't have pushed because they had no creep wave there, right?
Oh, hey. The Suns came out. The Abyssal follow-up as well. I've spoken a lot of trouble. Has to take the BKB and stand and fight, but it's too late. The bash will ensure that he will die.
No buyback.
No buyback at all, and that's the opportunity they've been looking for. They've been trying to catch Iceberg for so long, and now they can move towards FlyToMoon's base.
This is a moment in which they have to push high ground. He has no buyback, and they know it. He bought back earlier. So they know that this game is in their hands at the moment. They will not get a better chance to push high ground. They just have to be careful about the way they approach this Wyvern. He's been a menace so far, just stopping their pushes.
That's the thing about this hero. Scales so well because your ability to kill each other. Well, it amplifies as you get this late in the game. So Winner's Curse is the do or die spell. Here they come for the bot lane. Group wave has arrived, and so Singularity alongside BKB jumping straight away. Stomp out, and Slayer is the target. They'll jump straight on and kill him off. Buyback does come out. Always want to fly slowed as well. Down to half HP, he should fall. Winner's Curse is thrown out, but they're not really doing much damage with the BKB. Allows them to run away with Excalibur, and down to half HP. Puck is going to go down. Yep, Hex is there, so he can phase shift, but that was double buyback. They need to find more here. Hestejo stunned up as well. Burned through pretty quick. The stun is there. And there's the overgrowth jumping in DNC, but they don't have any follow-up. Hestejo trying to escape, but won't be able to do so. The primal roll thrown out to ensure that DNC will join two of his teammates in the grave. And it looks like FlyToMoon once again refuses to give over any of the high ground and any chance of the shrine being taken away.
They take down 3, but what? They only lost 2 supports that were forced to buy back, and that's it. Singularity, they took my words a bit too close to heart. Like, we have to. I said that they had to deal with the Wyvern, and they definitely did. They jumped in and used everything on him, but that left them completely vulnerable to everything else that FlyToMoon had, and they just defend their base once again. I'm surprised that they actually managed to defend so well without even having their OD.
No, and that's the kind of fear factor is we finally got to see PL doing damage. Apparently the Abyssal, it got him over the hump. He's finally able to do some serious work in these fights. I mean, we saw the Doom. He just melted in the face of that damage. They do have Doom when he's back up, but they should probably wait out and just get the double Doom. The problem is his mana pool. Like, if he gets stunned once and loses half his mana, he cannot double Doom in these fights.
They might just force the buyback right here. They might just force it. They're moving towards the tier 3 at least.
Well, Excalibur's slowing it down a little bit. And Iceberg is off checking for Roche. It might spawn in 5 seconds. They're pinging about it. I say, why risk it? That's another entry kill that would be perfect for us if we can find Treant now.
They're not that lucky. That would be so lucky as well. But yeah, it doesn't happen. You can see that the Radiant, they instantly send a courier there as well. Now that you have 5 couriers to work with, I think this should... I mean, we're seeing it done more and more often by tier 1 teams, but it should be done in pubs as well and whatnot. You should just send the courier to scout later on in the game. Just keep it even in the pit. One of the couriers should just be around.
Just have a gentleman's agreement. Don't kill our courier, we won't kill yours.
Exactly. Just have 2 couriers there sitting, chatting, you know?
I mean, in fairness, they have such short range that if you stuck one like here on this side and then one on the other side, they wouldn't see each other.
Yeah.
They are blind bats at this point. Also, I don't think we've seen any couriers used. I haven't been paying attention to the ward situation, but I'm pretty sure all wards have been placed by humans still and the heroes. So no couriers doing service.
You're right. We haven't really seen the couriers planting wards, which is something that became more and more often utilized by tier 1 players, tier 1 supports. Why do you have to? But that's also because of the way the game has been played. It's been like, it's pretty much been 5-man fest.
Yes.
All game around.
It's been a game of tennis rallying, right? Back and forth across the map. No time for elegant plays.
You just have 5-man rotation on one side, then you have 5-man on the other. That's it. Okay, we're actually approaching level 25 as well. So Wyvern Slayer will get that 25. You can get that Splinter Blast 2-second stun, which is pretty good. Winter's Curse is also amazing later on in the game. But Splinter Blast, I believe, is just amazing. 2-second stun in AoE.
Especially Lion being able to get that Hex next as well.
Yeah, the Lion with the AoE Hex will be really good too. On the other hand,
Excalibur
already has his 25.
I was about to say, Excalibur almost has 30, by the way.
Yeah, oh yeah, this is one of the rare level 30s that I've seen.
It's not the best one though, right? It's not like you get like the Lightning Storm slow seems nice, but most people have BKBs or some way to dispel it now.
You have HP, you have movement speed as well, level 15, 20.
Yeah.
Bad.
But usually I don't feel like Excalibur is the first one going down these fights. Maybe now that he's taken the craggy coat off, it's a bit easier to breach him, but he does have Shivas in place of it now. Lincoln's as well. This feels like a hard game for General to find an easy pick-off now.
What about Puck and his plus 420 as well? He has been racking up gold, has Aghanims, infused Aghanims soon as well.
I want to see him switch over, right? I need to see the right-click build because he almost has level 30 as well.
The thing is, like, that right-click build is definitely really strong, but at some point...
It becomes irrelevant.
Yeah, it becomes irrelevant, so I don't think he should switch to it right now.
Should also point out Zitrax only has one more level to go before he gets access to the other side of his, which Spectre's choices in the later level, especially talent-wise, they're pretty good on both sides. Especially the 40% Horn illusion damage.
Yeah, Lion and Wyvern, they're not going to like that at all.
You actually could see them use big spells just to try and protect themselves from an illusion, in fact.
At least you have like AoE hexes and a lot of control. You have Glimmer as well. So you can get away from them.
So you might need it that right.
He did take the stun. He took the stun on Wyvern. I think it's the right option too. Lion is about to hit his too.
I expect AoE Hex. I could see the cute value of Spike to stay away, but you still have to close the gap for Hexes anyway, so...
Rush is up. And
They're in.
SNG straight in with Excalibur alone though.
Now...
This is huge for them, having that refresher shot. You can give it to Spectre as well. Actually, Spectre has refresher. Same as the Doom.
I think like the question I've got in my mind right now is who gets the Ags. There's loads of good candidates at this stage in the game. Because Leshrac just got the 30, so suddenly the Lightning Storm is useful. But also, Ag's Doom is incredibly powerful.
See? They give it to... to
Leshrac.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really powerful because you just got the Lightning Storm slow now, so... The Aghanims actually has some value, which is rarely ever seen and said of Leshrac's Ags. Considered one of the worst ones in the game at the moment.
And you're playing against a lot of trash, right? You have PL Illusions, you have Beastmasters units, so it's definitely alright.
I wouldn't mind, having said that, seeing an Ags on Doom at this rate. That
Doom's
Infernal Blade
Ags is really good. Yeah, Infernal Blade, Aghanims, it's really great. You have that break as well to work with.
I just refer to it as like a double Doom, really, right? You Doom one target and run off the other, just punching them in the face with the Infernal Blade. Astra will slow things down as Leshrac is willing away at the build and force out the glyph pretty early.
That's your level 30 Lesh with Aegis as well.
Good luck getting through him easily. Splinter Blast does stun him up. Buys a little bit of time. Lincoln does get popped. Dream Cool jumping. Big, looking good. Now they're going to chase in. The Doom's going to come out straight away. And then it looks like they're trying to burn through this more quickly. Lion and Wyvern will go down. The refresh going to be used. Hestajo ready to fight again. Still has that BKB and Doom to work with. And Vitoon going down his own magic. You can't stand his ground. ODS to fight back as well. It's on the two carries to carry this right now. It's Beastmaster. He's still split pushing. He'll blink away now. He does force one back. That will reset the fight for the moment. Singularity no longer have that haunt to work with. And they don't have a double Doom, only one.
They'll have everything. They have Refresher Orb. They can just re-engage in any way they want to. They have Doom up. They have Refresher on Spectre that she can use.
Oh, General. General's dead. Back in the base. Hex is going to come out. Science Clips gets dropped. They find the kill on Spectre, who will buy back and has the ability to now just refresh Horn in. Yules is there, and there it is to jump in. Look for the kill on OD. When he goes down, it looks like it's time to call it. As Singularity have no intention of leaving FlyToMoon's base. We'll run down PL and find the kill on Doom as well. GG gets cooled.
It's a crazy game. A really great game to watch as well. And yeah, it did take us an hour. The game lasted like the first two games together, but it was definitely very well played by both of these teams. FlyToMoon, I think they had a really difficult job. Like their game was definitely difficult as Iceberg, he was carrying them. He was carrying them. He was what beyond godlike at some point early on, but then they just lost 3, 4 consecutive fights in which Doom just jumps on top of him, dooms him, and then they can't do anything. And it definitely did look like this game might end around the 30th minute mark, but they took that one huge rush engagement in which they managed to take down Aegis, they managed to take Cheese as well, and then they also took 2 sides away from Singularity, which pretty much made this game last 30 minutes, and it kept us on our toes, right? Because I couldn't say for sure which one of these two teams will win the game. General did a fairly good job at out pushing bottom lane all the time and split pushing so that Singularity can't just win team fights comfortably as they would have been maggot. But yeah, good performance by both sides, and Singularity definitely had a little bit of an easier lineup to execute, but they executed it very, very well.
Yeah, it felt like there was a stage in the game where FlyToMoon felt a bit comfortable maybe to wait a little bit longer on their items. And you have to remember that anytime you make that choice, you are up against a Spectre. And actually, look at all of Team Singularity's lineup. They all scale very well into the late game. We saw some of the effects of that with Puck getting the GPM talent, Doom getting the refreshes. Actually, that was the name of the game, right? Who could get refreshes first? And Singularity definitely won that race. I think they had, was it 2 or 3 heroes a refresher in the end? I think there's a bit of cheating because one of them had a refresher shard, but no, FlyToMoon, they definitely have their moments. However, it is Team Singularity that take it in the end. And that means they'll be top of the Group A. Doesn't mean everyone's out for the count, though. You'll still get to see more of FlyToMoon tomorrow, I believe. But now we're going to shift across to Group B. Group B, which does contain Nemiga, Khan, OG Seed, and I believe the final team is Cyberdogs. First up, we're going to have Nemiga versus Khan. So, a little short break. Go grab yourself a snack or two, all right? You can wind up your betting arm. Be ready to make a choice between Nemiga versus Khan, which will be up here next on this channel.